Hi everyone, this is the IAD2 work plan for term 1. As invoice, that is just to complete the exercise according to the given manuscript signs and everything. As you could see, I've already done a few of the things, but let me just delete the calculations so that we will do them together. What else I needed to say? I've already done the column width. You'll see on your invoice the horizontal and vertical part. They've already provided you with column width. Here on top, there's a certain numbers that are there on top of each and every exercise. Yes, so you need to adjust that to a certain column width and a column heights. So on the rows, we call them column heights. On the columns, we call them column width. How do we then do the column width? I'm just going to give you column A. So to do a column width, you right click on top of the the alphabet on the columns. Just to right click on top of it, and then you go to column width. It will provide you with a space just to put in the number. In this case, they wanted 2. After you then say OK, or you press enter. You move on to the next one. They say they want 12.71. You right click on top of the alphabet and then go to column width 12.71, and then you say OK. The other thing, to set in the font. Remember, when you set in the font for the whole spreadsheet is Baskerville Old 12. Remember, I said previously, when you highlight the spreadsheet, you want to insert the font. This is where you go. The top corner of your left. You just click on that triangle, and then it's going to highlight for you the whole spreadsheet. The only thing now that you are going to do is you select the font, you select the font size, and then you continue with other manuscript signs. The other thing, you still insert your header and footer according to the instruction there up. They say your header should be initial surname, then on the right hand side denote student number. Your footer, it's your exercise name in your group, and what else? And then there's a cross there before your spreadsheet. It's a cross that has arrows across it. That means you need to center the page vertically and horizontal. Every time when you see that cross, it means you need to center your page horizontal and vertical before you start. So this is where you do that. You go to page layout. We just want to center our page horizontal and vertical. And then you go to page setup. We go to let's start with the margin. Yes, the margins. You center the page horizontal. You select vertical. And then let's do a bit of a print preview. You see, when we print preview, this is how the page is going to be. You see the page is a bit in the center. Of the page. That's how it means to center it horizontal and vertical. Okay, so yeah, that's what it means. So yeah, let's go back. And then immediately when you center the page horizontal and vertical, once you have these dots, that means your page is splitted once you have these dots, that means your page is splitted. When you print, it's no longer going to print one page. So you need to fit the page to one. So we just go to page setup or scale fit, either way between the two. You can do the scale fit, you can do the page setup, it's one and the same thing. And then it's just, so you see now those dots, they've vanished. Alright, now let's continue. What else? Okay, I did not show you the row heights. The row heights is the same thing. You just click on top of the number and then you go to row heights, you select the required number, and then again, remember when you type the spreadsheet, in this case they've provided you where you should start typing. For example, this 163 Collins Street, you start to type it on column B number 4. So this is where you start. You read it like that. You start it, this 404, you start it on column E number 4, and then the rest they come underneath. So you make sure you don't miss the rows and columns. You type them at the correct space. And then again, the other thing that we need to do is to create a shade. We are shading whatever that we have in here. Like for example, this one. How do we come out to this grayish thing? According to the manuscript signs, they said you need to shade all. So that means it includes all these boxes. Shade all. This is the shade option, fill color. You shade all to white background, one darker, 15%. So you go to this arrow and then you check, this is white background 1. It does not have percentage. Then you move along, white background 1, darker 5%. In this case, we are looking for 15%. We move again, white background 1, darker 15%, and then you select that one. So that's what simply means. Okay, so yeah, that's how you shade. Sorry, that's how you shade everything. And then what else? And then to create the borders. For borders around, you just play around with this one, the borders option, by just highlighting whatever the space they are looking for. If they want that gray shading or whatever, and then if they want the outside borders, you just play around with that. That's the other thing. And then now let's go straight to calculations. Calculations for the invoice. They are a bit similar to the quotation. Only few things, but they're a bit similar. So now to do the calculations, now let's start with the total. Remember with the quotation, you had the exclusive price of the VAT. Eh? So where the calculation is still the same, we say equals to the quantity, we multiply by price, enter, and then to save our time, you drag it until the last item. And the other thing, you format the currency to 2 decimal places. To calculate the net price, we go to equals to sum. You open the bracket, you highlight everything that is above, you close the bracket, enter. Or you click here, you go to auto sum. This is auto sum. You go to auto sum. When you select auto sum is just going to give you everything. It's going to create a formula for you, equals to sum in bracket. It's going to highlight for you. All you need to do is just to cross check if the computer has highlighted everything that you need and it is the correct formula. That's all you need to check. And then you move on, you just say enter. just enter, and then we calculate the discount. According to this exercise, your discount is 10%. As I say, equals to, we click on the net price, we multiply that by 10%, and then we say enter. Now we have a space. We have a space. In the space, there's a calculations. We don't leave it like that, as you could see in the exercise. The manuscript signs, they said you need to do calculations for each and every one of them. So we say equals to, we take the net price, we subtract the discount. Why do we subtract it? Because they are discounting these clients this certain amount of 10%. So we are not going to add this amount on our total amounts due. So the 10% in this total amount due is excluded. That is the amount that is being discounted to the client. And then the VAT equals to, remember the VAT, it is 15%. So we take this amount that has excluding the discount, because the discount, it does not need to have a VAT. The discount, it is the amount that should be less on the, that should be less from the total due. So we just click on that amount on the space, we multiply that by 15%, then we say enter. The total amount due, formula to calculate the total amount due. Remember, in Excel we always start our formula with equals to the amount on the space that is excluding the discount plus what is the VAT of these items, and then we say then enter. Again, here when you are done with the invoice, then you copy to formulas, and then you show formulas. This is what I need to see the formulas, I need to see the calculations, formulas and the calculations. Okay, thank you. The higher purchase video will follow. Have a good day. Bye.